Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try in a relationship, no matter how much you care, something's always testing you? Like every sweet moment is followed by confusion. Like one day everything's fine and the next she's distant, cold, and pulling away. It's frustrating, right? But it's not random. She's testing you, analyzing, not to play games, but to see if you're solid or shaky. Every glance, every word, every silence, she's evaluating whether you're a man who can stand firm or someone who folds under pressure. And the second you break, through neediness, over-explaining, or chasing, you lose. Not just her attention, but something far more crucial, her respect. And once respect is gone, nothing else matters. This isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about being grounded. Knowing who you are. Standing firm in your value, no matter what. Because if you crumble the moment things get hard, you fall into a trap, one that has destroyed the confidence of countless men. But that ends today. If you're tired of feeling powerless, tired of feeling ignored, overlooked, or discarded, then listen closely, because I'm about to show you a mindset shift that will change everything, the way you see yourself and the way she sees you. All right, if you're ready, let's dive in. Number 1. She's watching you. May not realize it, but she's always watching. Not in a manipulative way, not to play mind games, but instinctively, like breathing. While you're going about your day, relaxed, unaware, she's quietly observing how you speak, how you react, how you carry yourself when things don't go your way. Women don't decide who they respect through words alone. It's deeper than that. They respond to signals, silent, powerful signals that reveal who you really are. And here's the brutal truth I have to tell. Most men fail this test without even knowing it. You might think being kind, caring, or generous is enough, but it's not. Because if those qualities are wrapped in insecurity, it won't matter. Hesitate before speaking? She notices. Break eye contact first? She registers it. React emotionally to her mood swings? She stores it away. Not to hurt you, but to see if you can be trusted. See, these tests aren't about power, they're about safety. She's wired to find a man who can stand strong, a man who won't crumble when life throws its hardest punches. Because if you fold under her silence, her distance, or her coldness, how can she trust you to handle the real challenges? The big things, family, pressure, leadership, the moments that require you to be unshaken. That's what she's really testing. The solution? Hold your ground. When she pulls back, don't panic. When she gets distant, don't chase. When her mood shifts, stay calm. Pass the test by doing nothing. No desperate texts, no over-explaining, no scrambling to fix what isn't broken. Just steady, calm, composed. Because the man who can hold his ground, even when everything feels uncertain, is the man who earns her deepest respect. Number 2. Why you feel the urge to chase poor. Now here's where most men stumble, and they don't even realize it. When she pulls back, when she gets cold or distant, something inside you flares up. That uneasy feeling, like you're about to lose her, hits you hard, and your instincts scream, text her again. Call her to check in. Ask if something's wrong. You think you're showing care, but what you're really showing is neediness. And that's exactly what kills her respect. See, this urge to chase, to fix, to prove, to win her back, it's not your fault. From childhood, society teaches men to be the nice guy. Be agreeable, be available, prove you're worthy. And for years, you were told that if you're just kind enough, giving enough, and caring enough, you'll win her heart. But in relationships, that mindset backfires hard. Why? Because chasing screams weakness. Every extra text, every panicked attempt to fix what isn't broken. Every time you try to prove your worth, it sends one loud message: I need you more than you need me. And that message, it's repulsive. Not because she's heartless, but because it tells her you've forgotten your own value. Women aren't drawn to men who need them. They're drawn to men who are wanted, men who move through life with purpose and direction. The moment she senses you need her validation to feel whole, her respect starts to fade. So what's the answer? When you feel that urge to chase, that itch to fix things, pause. Shift your focus back to your own path. Pour your energy into your goals. Double down on your growth. Become so driven by your own mission that her presence feels like a choice, not a requirement. Because the man who knows he'll be just fine, with or without her, is the man who commands respect. And when you stop chasing, when you stop acting like she's the center of your world, that's when she starts chasing you. Number 3, the power of emotional control. If there's one skill that separates men who command respect from those who lose it, it's this: emotional control. Your ability to stay calm, steady, unshaken, that's your greatest weapon. Because the truth is, no matter how strong, successful, or attractive you are, if you can't control your emotions, you will always be controlled by someone else. And she knows this. That's why she tests you, not to hurt you, but to see if you can handle pressure. When she gives you the silent treatment, when she throws drama your way, when she pulls back and acts cold, she's testing your strength. Not your strength to argue, yell, or win. She's testing your ability to remain calm, centered, grounded. Because if you lose control over the little things, if you react emotionally when she's distant or moody, she'll wonder, if he can't handle this, how can I trust him with life's real storms? And when that doubt creeps in, respect disappears. That's why most men fail. They panic, they chase, they start over-explaining themselves. They try to fix what isn't broken, thinking that's the answer. But she's not looking for you to fix things. She's looking to see if you'll stay calm without needing to fix anything at all. Emotional control shows strength. It tells her, no matter what happens, no matter how hard things get, I won't break. And that's what makes her feel safe. So the next time she pulls away, don't react, don't chase, don't explain yourself. Just hold your ground. Breathe. Pause. Let the silence speak for you. Because the man who can stand firm, steady, and calm when everything feels uncertain becomes the man she can trust with her heart, her mind, and her future. And that kind of man, he's impossible to replace. Number 4, when she pulls away, do this instead. Here's where most men fail. They panic. They text her more. They ask, did I do something wrong? They over-explain, over-apologize, and desperately try to fix what isn't broken. But here's the hard truth. The more you chase, the faster she runs. Not because she's cruel, but because she's watching how you respond under pressure. When she pulls away, she's unknowingly asking you one simple question. Are you strong enough to stand firm, even when I'm distant? And when you panic, when you start chasing, over-explaining, or begging for her attention, you answer that question with a painful no. In that moment, she senses something deeper. If he's this shaken by my silence, how can I trust him when life gets hard? And just like that, her respect fades. But what if you did something different? What if, when she pulled away, you didn't react at all? No chasing, no panicked texts, no over-explaining. Instead, you stay calm, steady, unbothered. Not out of pride or stubbornness, but because you know your worth. Because you know that your value doesn't depend on someone else's attention. Your silence will speak louder than words. It says, I'm not shaken by this. I'm still focused on my purpose. I refuse to break. And that's when something powerful happens. Instead of wondering why you're chasing her, she starts wondering why you're not. Why isn't he reacting? Why does he seem so calm? Did I underestimate him? Now she's the one feeling uncertain. Now she's the one questioning herself. And here's the beauty of it. This isn't manipulation. This isn't about playing games. It's about proving, through your calmness and control, that you are solid, grounded, unshakable. So when she pulls away, do this instead. Stop initiating contact. Don't text. Don't call. Don't chase. Focus on your mission. Channel that anxious energy into something meaningful. Your work, your fitness, your purpose. Be around other people. Not to make her jealous, but to remind yourself that your world is bigger than her. Stay calm if she reaches out. If she texts you, don't rush to reply. When you do respond, keep it simple. I've been busy. No explanations, no desperation, just quiet confidence. Because your strength isn't proven by what you do. It's proven by what you refuse to do. When you stop chasing, when you stop reacting, when you hold your ground with quiet confidence, that's when she sees you differently. That's when respect returns. That's when she realizes you're the one person she can't control. And that's the moment she starts chasing you. Number 5. The chase and lose phenomenon. Have you ever noticed that the harder you chase someone, the faster they seem to slip away? It feels unfair, right? You're showing you care, giving attention, being thoughtful, making an effort. But instead of drawing her closer, she pulls away. Here's why. Chasing destroys attraction. Not because she's cruel, but because the moment you start chasing, you unknowingly send a message. I need you more than you need me. And that's when respect vanishes. See, the harder you work to prove your worth, the more she questions if you have any at all. It's not about being cold or uncaring. It's about this simple truth. What's too easy to get is rarely valued. When a man chases, when he bombards her with messages, cancels his plans for her, or bends over backward to keep her happy, he's showing that her attention is more important than his self-respect. And the moment she feels that imbalance, when she senses that you're seeking her approval, she starts wondering, if he's trying this hard, does that mean he's not used to being wanted? That doubt? It's poison to attraction. Now think about the men women seem to chase. The ones who don't text first, who seem calm when others would panic, who don't make her the center of their world. Why are they different? Because they move with purpose. They have goals they're pursuing. They live confidently, with or without her. They never put a woman on a pedestal, and that's exactly why they earn her respect. It's not arrogance, it's self-assurance. They understand their value doesn't come from her attention, it comes from who they are. So what's the solution? Instead of chasing, become the man who attracts. Focus on your mission, something bigger than her approval. Build yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. Be a man so secure in his path that her presence feels like a bonus, not a necessity. Because when you start carrying yourself like you are the prize, when you radiate calm purpose and quiet confidence, she will feel it. And that's when everything changes. Suddenly, you're no longer the one chasing, you're the one she's trying not to lose. Number 6, regain her respect instantly. Losing her respect feels like a punch to the gut. One day, she admires you, she's drawn to you, and the next, something shifts. She's colder, distant, unimpressed, and no matter how hard you try to fix things, nothing works. Once respect is lost, words won't bring it back. No amount of apologizing, no heartfelt explanation, no desperate promises to do better, none of it will work. Why? Because respect isn't rebuilt through words. It's rebuilt through action. And the most powerful action you can take: disappear from her world. Not out of anger, not to play games, but to silently and powerfully send a message: I value myself too much to beg for your respect. Stop texting her first. Stop checking in to see how she's doing. Stop explaining yourself, hoping she'll understand. Instead, pull back and pour all that energy into you. Hit the gym. Rebuild your body stronger than ever. Focus on your goals, the mission you once forgot. Strengthen your mind. Read, learn, and sharpen your skills. And here's what happens next. When the man she once knew, the one who chased, over-explained, and tried too hard, disappears, she starts noticing. She starts wondering, where did he go? Why isn't he chasing me anymore? Did I make a mistake? And when she sees that the man who once seemed desperate is now thriving without her, that's when the regret hits. Not because you manipulated her, but because she realizes she overlooked a man who refuses to break. See, when you stop chasing, when you let go of the need to fix things, you create space for her to feel something powerful: the fear of losing you. But you can't fake this. You can't just pretend to be busy or act indifferent. You have to become the man who genuinely doesn't need her approval. The man who's too focused on his purpose to waste time chasing what no longer aligns with his path. And when she finally sees that, when she realizes the man she once doubted has now become the man she can't replace, everything changes. Because respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And the man who earns respect is the man who knows this: I refuse to break. Number 7. Be a man she can't ignore. If you've made her the center of your world, constantly chasing her attention, adjusting your plans to fit her life, and seeking her approval, you've already lost ground. Because the more you revolve around her, the less she values you. Why? Because deep down, women aren't drawn to men who cling. They're drawn to men who lead. Men who are so focused on their purpose, so committed to building themselves, that her presence feels like a choice, not a necessity. See, the man she can't ignore isn't the one texting her all day, isn't the one sacrificing his time, his goals, and his energy just to keep her interested. The man she can't ignore is the one who's too busy improving himself to chase anyone's approval. He's building his body, getting stronger, healthier, and more powerful. He's sharpening his mind, learning, growing, and expanding his wisdom. He's focused on his mission, whether that's his career, his craft, or his personal growth. And when you become that man, when your life becomes so full and meaningful that her attention feels like a bonus, not a lifeline, something powerful happens. She starts to notice. Suddenly she's wondering, why isn't he chasing me anymore? Why does he seem so calm, so unbothered? Did I make a mistake? And that's when the power dynamic shifts. Not because you played mind games, but because you reclaimed your focus. Because the truth here's, women respect men who respect themselves. The man who doesn't constantly check his phone waiting for her reply. The man who doesn't drop everything the second she pulls away. The man who doesn't crumble the moment she grows distant. That's the man she can't forget. But you can't fake this. You can't pretend to be busy or focused while secretly obsessing over her. You have to actually become the man who values his time, his goals, and his growth more than he values her approval. Because when you do that, when you start building a life so rich, so fulfilling, and so powerful that no one's opinion can shake you, you become impossible to ignore. So the next time she pulls away, stay calm. Hold your ground, refuse to break. Because the moment you learn to control your emotions, to stand firm in your own value, is the moment you become the man who doesn't just attract respect, you demand it. In every man's life there comes a moment, a defining moment, where he must decide, will you chase, break, and lose yourself trying to win her approval? Or will you stand firm, calm, steady, and grounded as the man who knows his worth? The truth is, you don't earn respect by explaining yourself, by proving your value, or by begging to be seen. You earn respect by becoming the man who doesn't need to beg. A man who refuses to break. Because when you stop chasing, when you stop trying to fix things that aren't broken, when you pour your energy into your purpose, your growth, and your path, you become the man who's impossible to ignore. And whether she comes back or not, it won't matter. Because by then, you won't be chasing her. You'll be chasing something far greater, your own potential. Comment, I refuse to break if you're ready to step into your power, to become the man you were always meant to be. We'd love to hear your thoughts or suggestions for future topics, so drop a comment below. See you in the next video.